morning, good morning. This is Brother Eric, Local 308, Boogeyman. Doing a report here on the Chicago Transit Justice Coalition Facebook page. Doing a report, an unofficial report, about the Local 308 membership meeting. This was a long meeting. Meeting minutes were read from the July meeting because, as you may know from the previous report that I did, there was no quorum. The officers just love to spend our money on crap. They spent $1,500 for tickets to some event. And this part is not a bad thing right here. $3,500 for the Latino caucus, but we gotta involve all of our coworkers in the union activities. But for that amount of money, let's get a report. Let's see some metrics, some type of information that shows more involvement of our Latino brothers and sisters. Some majority black membership, right? So we got Asian, we got white, and others. So this a lot of money, $3,500. But again, like I said, when we deal with segments of our membership that are neglected, with concerns that are neglected, you have to invest. But at the same time, we need reports. Our PPP loan, they call it the Wind Trust account, but it is from the PPP loan. It's at $7,000, so they're just keeping it there. It was a whole lot of money they spent for nothing. General fund is at. I had to round it off because the Secretary of Treasurer, she rattles it off really fast and just gives us just the basic information. She hates doing it. You can see whenever I ask her, could you please say that again? She's like, and it's such a little juvenile whiner. The general fund is about $427,000. Total deposits. So this would have been July, okay? Total deposits $171,000. Total spending $162,000. So I want you to remember these numbers, because if you ever have been following these reports way back in the beginning, this is very low. We would do well over $200,000 for revenue, and it's simply because people aren't paying dues. People are literally, quote unquote, opting out of paying dues, or opting out the union. They're still in it. They're just in bad standing by not paying dues. But they're pissed. And the sad thing is, the Secretary of Treasurer and the President and all of them officers, they don't tell us the truth. And the truth is, people are mad and they don't want to pay dues. They kind of say, well, they're lazy and they're not uniting, but it's the truth. People are mad and they don't want to pay anymore. I don't want to pay anymore. I'm so mad. But I'm a union steward. I'm a delegate. I like to have my say, my vote, especially at these membership meetings that belong to us. Like me reporting this to y'all. We have a lot of power in our membership meeting if we show up. But it's just like a couple people to show up who care. It's nice, but we really can't do much. Y'all need to show up at these meetings. Those of you who can make it, please. So 91,000 is in the grievance fund, which is really good. Scholarship fund is 21,000. 10 members were brought back from discharge. We got $9,000 pay raise for terminal supervisors. So that's really cool. So just imagine this. We negotiated a pay raise outside of the collective bargaining agreement ratification. So, fellow car repairers, you see our Excel, our different truck shop, controls, leader, AC, car body, brakes, whatever. We could bargain for moving them premiums up, y'all. From 2018, they haven't changed and they're not going to change unless we fight for it. Think about it. Um, and it, that's just a thought. There's 85 opportunities for CSAs to go to full-time jobs through the P10 part of the agreement. So that's a concession, right? That gives priority of the full-time jobs such as trackman, um, car servicer, material handler, janitor, laborer, something else. I think I left out probably. Um, 50 high security gates and videos are in booths. So what? uh, some little things that were mentioned. Rail car servicers, be careful. Some have been giving unwanted attention to female riders, so they were complaining. So please don't do that. um, Anybody really. I mean, but just watch out. We have Demario, brother Demario McDonald. It was announced in for 54th and O'Hare, assistant board member nomination, and congratulations, brother. And Anthony Jones for 95th Street. He is either executive, I think executive or assistant. Um, so I'm not quite sure what happened with that. If you all were, because I didn't see a vote, so maybe it was just announced that you're the candidates, or you already got it. I kind of missed out on that. Maybe I was spacing. I was very tired at the meeting. So if anyone wants to clarify that, put it in the comments, please. Scholarship winners were announced, and she read all the names. It was really nice, but it's like they waste so much time reading information. Print the damn stuff out and pass it out and let the people take it home. They make these meetings so boring. And they do this on purpose. Well, we must follow the protocol. Yeah, but they never follow the protocol when it comes to the members speaking up. They never do. Never. Everything's out of order. Here's Eric Dixon with his little hammer, chewing his gum. Out of order, out of order. Out of order, out of order. Out of order. All right, enough. Out of order. He's so annoying. And then we got Deborah Lane with her fingernails on the table. The members do not understand. They need to understand that we are doing our best to help them. I mean, what's all this crap, y'all make the meeting suck. And you need to use your brains and be efficient. We're there. We're all tired and sleep deprived. Okay, don't put us to sleep. Don't piss us off. Just give the information out and let us share, and then let us talk, because it's our meeting. It's our concerns. Help us make motions. Help us get justice. Help us right the wrongs. Help us organize the fight back. Don't be sitting there bossing us around. Well, the CTA needs to do. I mean, you always. Anyways. So for August, listen to this. All right. So remember what I told you about those financials, right? Total deposits 170, total spending 162. July. Now we go to August. Total deposits 208. Total spending 236. These are 100,000. Why did it jump? All right, boys and girls, time for a lesson in mathematics. So why did the total deposits increase from 160 171 to 208? Close. It's because your union dues went up to $80 a month. That's why. So we're the revenue's growing, but the membership is still in a deficit, right? It's still going down. It's on a decline, right? So, and then the total spending was way above the total deposits. This probably is related to the convention, which I'm going to be at. All the officers going to be at this coming week. Okay, so that costs a lot of money. So your dues are paying for us, and I'm part of this delegation of 241 and 308 uh, delegates that are going to the convention. You paying for us the time we're losing at work. You're paying my airplane. You're paying my hotel. You're paying my food for $50 a day. You're paying for my shirts. I got these ATU shirts. I got these pins. I don't know, whatever else. So, uh, uh, you know, I could explain it. I didn't ask. I should have asked. But one case was deferred. An operator who I know, a flagman with RTO, which was interesting. Sister Raven. So your case was deferred. That means they're debating it or something. They're working something out. So, uh, and it's just like all the others. Pretty much you're just our operators and employees are really fired for things that are bull crap. So we had 39 grievances, and 17 were decided not to arbitrate. So we had to go through all those. All right. So we, the membership, had to hear these cases and vote yes or no. Uh, so we, the membership, overturned 3 cases, which is, I think it's unprecedented. Of all the meetings that I'm at, usually we don't overturn more than one. And this was really nice. And you could tell the officers in general were pissed off. They didn't like it. And we got Brother Khalid, Midway CA, who they screwed him over in instructor class. And you could tell. You could tell they didn't want him. He'd be a great instructor, you know. So we overturned that case. We overturned the case with another instructor. There was an issue. It just sounded wacky, and it's to get their behavioral removed. So just get rid of it. And wacky isn't as far as the what the management was doing. It was just it kind of seemed like they were after her, in my opinion. But we got to fight that stuff. Not sure if the arbitrator will go along with it, but we'll just have to see, right? The arbitrator. Who is the arbitrator? I am the arbitrator. They're just kidding, not me. They say I'm the undercover manager, though. Watch out. Okay. All right, so, but I'm also the boogeyman. Yeah. Oh, and then another case that we overturned was oh, this was so tragic. All right, so there's a CSA, and and she's outspoken and in a good way. She understands she's not gonna take crap, so she just goes in it with the managers, and they just change all her words around and everything, and she gets crappy union representation. There was one incident that she mentioned. I said, "Did you have union representation?" And she said, She said, no. I said, why not? I said, because she was having lunch with the manager. Oh, I said, well, who is this union rep? She said, Aqua Fisher. Sister Aqua. Mm, mm, mm. You love to kiss up to them managers, don't you? All the time. You work for us. You don't work for them. Get it right. Yeah, it's like I keep getting calls about you, sister. And you've been after me for quite a long time. So I'm coming back after you. Because now it's not personal. You're hurting people that you supposed to be helping, sister. And they calling me to try to help them. And they're demanding I go in the meeting with the manager and not you. And then when I do it, you undercut them. You and Boss Dixon. Y'all are violating Weingarten law. The membership can decide who they want to represent them. I'm a local 308 union steward. I'm a volunteer with the same authority that you got. So you need to stop violating the law because these people are speaking up and they're starting to know their rights. Do the right thing and stop trying to make friends with these managers. All right. So there was an issue with a grievance that was dealing with trackmen doing overtime in flagging, okay? And Vice President Weems was saying we should do a contract proposal that gives the part-time flagman, the full-time temporary flagman, they say full-time temporary, it's part-time, full-time temporary flagman priority for available overtime for flagging. Now the trackman, the issue with this though, it's pitting us against each other, right? So, and this is where the part-time jobs are really screwing us and destroying our morale. Ask yourself, why is it that a flagman, a full-time temporary flagman, has to struggle to get work? And why is it that they have to, that the trackmen who flag for each other, they work with each other. They're in what's called gangs, right? It's a terminology used. So they work with each other. They know how each other's works. They know, so they're comfortable working with each other. Now, when a flagman comes to flag with them, they're not sure. They got to get to know each other. This takes time. This can affect safety as well. So, when the trackmen have their flagmen, there's flagmen that they're familiar with, sometimes it's not an issue, but generally, they flag for each other, and they're trained in that. So they're qualified as flagmen. So the flagmen, the FTTF flagmen, they actually need to be full-time workers. So we need full-time jobs for all. Again, they should be able to flag. They should be CAs. So CAs can go to flagging if they want, but not lose their qualification, get paid more for flagging or stay at whatever it is. But it has to be full-time for everybody. And the operators, it used to be called combined rail operator. Remember that? So in the Chicago Transit Justice Coalition, we actually created a collective bargaining agreement, an alternative for us to use as members, to fight for, to organize for. And in it is something called Combined Rail Operator 2. So that includes, you come in full time, you got a qualified CA, you got a qualified flag, you got a qualified operator, switchman, towerman, conductor. All these things, everyone can pick different things. That way everybody's not struggling for work. We don't have the poor flagman getting what's called an NWA, a no work available, a furlough, an unpaid furlough. These things make sense, but we got to fight for it. And I guarantee you that Boss Dixon and Deborah Lane and Aqua Fisher and all of these people don't want it. Because they want to make sure the managers and the upper management and the politicians are happy. They don't give a damn about our health. They give a damn about our safety. Because all they do is make excuses. Um, Another lesson takeaway: if you get hurt at work, it's called injured on duty, right? You get injured at work, you get burned, something smashes you. You know, that's why you gotta wear them safety glasses when you out there on the right of way. You out there working on the trains, because if something blows up, you got. Hey man, I wore my glasses. You got your composite toe. You got your safety vest. You got your flashlight. Whatever it is, you get hurt. Good, not good. But now you can you. They still gonna try to write you up, but you still have proof that you were properly protected, right? So you get hurt. Oh, my wrist. Repetitive stress. My shoulder. Oh man, open up that window or install that trolley shoe. Whatever, right? Whatever you doing, out there, spike mall, bam, something explodes. All this stuff, injured on duty, that is covered by workman's compensation law. You got to get an attorney, a workman's comp attorney. Okay? Not the sick book. Don't go in the sick book. Manager might say, yeah, man, they put you in the sick book. No, injured on duty. Got it? And then that's a claim. It's not the Reed group. You're gonna be dealing with Corvell. Reed group is sick book. You want Corvell. You're gonna whatever numbers you dial up, you want to get it to Corvell. You want to get it to injury, not sickness. Okay? Mentally, something happens at work. You've been harassed. You've been documenting it. It's starting to mess with your mind, right? That's an injury. You being harassed. That's an injury. Okay? If you can't now, you get like what do you call you go into fits or something like that, around certain people because they keep harassing you. This is an injury. Okay? I can't go to work now because this person, they terrorize me. That's harassment. But if it's affecting you and it causes you to not be able to do your job, they're not letting you do your job, that's even an injury. But whatever. See an attorney, a workman's comp attorney. Okay, you may disagree with me on that, but see a workman's comp attorney. All right? You get hurt at work, it's workman's comp. Okay, not sick book. It's gonna mess you up. It's gonna mess you up. Get it right, please. Okay. Hey, don't talk to the managers about stuff at especially. Don't deal with that. Okay. Consult with a union steward, a union officer. Just consult with them. I don't like that person. Well, just consult with them. Just get some input. I got to tell you, the most, one of the most helpful union people we have at 308 for information. Is Vice President Mark Weems and second Vice President Penny McCoach. I'm a pain. All of these people. They wish I would go away. But those two almost always answer my questions. And if not, some reason, it's got to be something like they just didn't see it. I don't know. But generally, you can get an answer from them. May not be the answer you like. It may not be the best answer, right? But it's going to be an answer. And it will probably help you a little bit, at least. So reach out to them. You can reach out to me. Because if I don't know it, I go to them and give it to you. So, but don't call President Dixon, because all he's going to do is tell you, well, you should just be happy. You have a job, some bull crap. Well, the CTA can't, really, we can't tell the CTA what to do. Don't. You're just going to be pissed off, all right? And you're going to call me, You're gonna say, what is this guy talking about? Okay, workers need to know. Okay, y'all need to know how the grievance process works. Okay, so at Chicago Transit Justice Coalition, I'm gonna put it in. We made a chart to show you how the grievance process works according to the collective bargaining agreement, Article 16. And I'm gonna put it. I forgot to add that in the links for the description of the video, so I am gonna add that in the chat right now, um, and hopefully edit the video if I remember. Um, so let me punch that in the chat. Grievance procedure, and check that out because you gotta understand how it works. Okay, you only got so much time to do things. The management only has so much time to do things. So understand that grievance process. You get written up. Okay, clock is ticking. You got 30 days to grieve it. All right. Now you're gonna call some union people, and they're gonna tell you, "Oh, this is not worth grieving. You don't want to waste the members' money." Nah, man. Nah. Grieve it. Grieve it. Okay. Just understand some things aren't grievable. What's that? What do you mean, Eric? Okay. The kiosk that you work in, the office you work in, the shop you work in has it a water leak when it rains and it just pours in. It's not a grievance. It's a workplace complaint. It's a different kind of form. You do that as a grievance, it's going to be rejected. Arbitrator ain't going to deal with it either. Okay? So, but you go in, and then the manager writes you up and says, "Hey, man, the roof is leaking. You didn't report that to me." And you're like, "It always leaks. Why are you writing me up?" There you go. That's unfair. They writing you up. They trying to fire you. They setting you up. They harassing you for that, and then they just wrote you up. That's a grievance. Get that thing thrown out right away. You know. You look at your you were passed over for overtime, right? Seniority says you're supposed to get called before so and so because you started at the CTA before them. That's a grievance. Okay? That's a grievance. You say, "I want to be paid for what you paid so and so that you gave the overtime to." Right? They can't take the pay from them. They gotta pay you. Got it? It's okay. You can grieve it. Grieve often. I don't believe in not grieving. Grieve often. Grieve early. Not early. Just make sure you're written up first. Don't grieve it until you're written up. They might not write you up, or they write you up for something else. And it's untimely anyways. They're going to throw it out because, well, you wrote this grievance before you were written up. Okay? Don't set yourself up. So here's the thing. Now, why are people going to the managers, talking to the managers, arguing and debating with the managers? Because union representation that they get sucks or it's inadequate. So you got to learn your rights. Okay? You got a union steward. You got me in there. You got a union officer. Let me tell you. You get me in the office with the manager. We're gonna talk. You and me. We're gonna strategize. We're gonna say, what do we want to accomplish? What are you gonna say? What am I gonna say? And mostly, you're not gonna say much, okay? And what you say is gonna be based on what we discussed. All right? Not they're gonna throw something at you. Hey, what about this thing that you were doing? Whoa! What's this? What are you talking about? I'll intervene, right? And if anyone's gonna go off on the manager and drop some harsh language, it'll be me, the union steward, or an officer, right? Not you, because you do it, they're going to get you on a behavioral violation. All right? The law protects the union steward and the union officer when they use harsh language. Okay? All right, we're not threatening the man. I'm gonna kill you if you don't throw out this write up. Nah, I might say, yeah, we're gonna. Oh, okay, all right, you gonna write them up for this crap? They didn't even do it. Well, you're gonna have to take it up with the senior so and so. I say, okay, I'll do that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna go right out there, and we're gonna do a little protest about your unfair treatment. I can do that. That's okay, but I can't threaten to slash their tires or something like that. Okay, and you can't either. And that's how we gotta be. We gotta fight with them, not make deals with them. If you got a union officer and they're telling you, it's okay, it's just your first write up, it happens to everybody. Man, that's a sellout. And they siding with the manager in front of you. And they shouldn't be. Here's another thing. Your union officer should not be in that office without you, talking about you. You see him in there, you say, hey, come here. We need to talk. You say, what are you talking about with that manager? Oh, we were just going to talk about having lunch. So, so can I trust you? So tell him, you got to represent me fairly. And I want you to know, brothers and sisters, there's a law. It's called duty of fair representation. If that union officer is representing the manager and defending the manager and not you, you could sue the union. I don't think you should do that. I think we should put charges on the officer in a union meeting, okay? Because that's the process, right? In the union really, we don't have money, right? We're the union because we're the members. We put in the dues, and if a lot of us aren't paying dues anymore, what are we suing for? So let's follow the process of putting charges against officers who sell us out. And I'm going to give you a link for that in the comments too. At the Chicago Transit Justice Coalition, we made it easy for you to hold these officers accountable. We made a template for them with all the steps you need to know, every detail to make it easy to hold the leadership accountable. I'll post that in the comments. Use that. Let's get these traitors out. You don't have to wait for elections every 3 years. You can elect someone you're like, oh my God, he sucks or she sucks. Man, let's put charges on it, get them out of here. And then there'll be a vacancy and you have another election. It's easy. It's no big deal. Of course, President Dixon will probably find some way to out of order. But we can deal with that too, right? Sorry. Okay, officer reports. So we got some police impersonator going around the rails. Got badge, uniform, gun, everything, but he's not a real cop. So watch out. Watch out. It report that don't engage with anyone you're suspicious of. Demand identifying, call the controller, whatever. Get away, lock yourself away. The pick sheets for the customer assistance should already be posted. Customer assistant pick. Maintenance. I asked President Dixon, what's up with the pick? Can you give us any information? He said Dorsey, one of the top managers, is gone, so things are kind of hanging. He said he'd get back to me at the end of the week. Well, it's the end of the week. He hasn't gotten back to me, so sorry. I had nothing to tell you. So we're looking at October, right? But it'd be nice to see the draft so that we can see what jobs they're doing, eliminating or adding or something. We need to see our seniority list too. Don't just hit us with it on the last minute. So the customer assistance, your pick sheets may look different because of the 40 hours. I didn't quite understand what they were talking about. I know about the 40 hours you can pick, which sucks. I think that's illegal actually, but whatever. We'll fight that battle later. soon, maybe. Pension plan, despite the worst market conditions since 2008, uh, January 2023, there will be no increase for the pension. No increase for the pension. This is what Brother Mark Weems says, Vice President. The pension is funded. I think Ken Franklin asked this question. It was a good question, sir. But I know you want to be president again. We fired you once. Not gonna let you back in there, brother. You had 6 years, and all you did was sell us out. Pension funding is at 58%. Sucks. Okay, not healthy. We need more people in the pension. Full-time jobs for all, right? Secretary Treasurer said she's phone banking and door knocking for some kind of elections. I don't know what elections. These losers. She's always with these stupid politicians, and she works for them. She's on their payroll. I mean, she's on the payroll of the mayor. Can you believe that? Charges are coming for her. We just got to get the stuff together. Traitor. What union officer works for the boss? The mayor's our boss. She appoints the board of the CTA. It's like, give me a break. It's disgusting. How do we got to stop tolerating this stuff. So contact her or President Dixon. There's the worker right amendment in Illinois. It really, and they're saying we should vote. It's a strange thing. Look at it, research it. I don't know. And it really doesn't affect us. It's basically so that no other industries can do a Janus-like type law that lets people stop paying dues, have closed shop. They have open shop. But, if you don't want people to not want to join the unions, then help them fight for better working conditions and wages. Don't sell them out. It's common sense. President Dixon said he'd get me some more pins, so I'll check with him. President Dixon says there's an uptick in cell phone use violations for the operators, so y'all be careful, please. Even if you're walking on the platform looking at your phone, it's in black and white. They can hit you with a 2-year safety. Don't do it, please. Please don't do it. And in the shop, be careful. Be careful. Oh, man, be careful, y'all. RTOs should stand in the interlockings. That's ridiculous. Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down. You poor operators in their knees. We need 2-person crews, okay? We need 2-person crews. We're worried about standing up in the interlockings. People being assaulted every day. If your train goes in an emergency, call it in. Don't reset. We did have a situation of a person being run over. Literally, a body. Just keep resetting. So, call it in. You know what you got to do. Goes in an emergency. Even a standing emergency. We got to step out. Check the right of way. I know it's a pain because you're already delayed. Because you were checking the 8th car for a lost cell phone. It's terrible. You're gapped at whatever station. You got no lunch. Old business. So Ken Franklin had his bylaw amendment. He got to explain it. Mark Weems argued against it. Deb Lane says no one is trying to rip us off. She's providing, pounding the table with her fingernails. She was very angry with Ken Franklin. And then Ken's bylaw, I'm like, okay, so I actually wanted to vote for it, but then I'm like questioning him, and he won't even answer the questions. I'm like, does this bylaw keep when they're retired, they have to leave, right? He's like, well, he can't even give me a straight answer. I said, so this is so that they can't get raises or they can't get a higher salary or, well, I'm like, oh God, I'm just gonna vote yes because I feel sorry for you. New business. Um, we had a coworker speak out against our executive board member in the shop, brother Orvin Hurst. He been messing up. He been messing up, brother. Too friendly with them managers, brother. And you writing up. Come on now, you an executive board member. Don't refer members to get written up. Okay, you a shop leader, but brother, that's bad business. Bad business. Bad business. Okay. Yeah, if you want an executive board member, be like, okay, but you a union rep, brother. You gotta take a side. I'm getting calls every week about you, brother. Every week. Every week. All right? You got to defend us, brother. Even if you don't like us personally. You got to defend us. You got to find the rules, the contract, and fight whatever it takes. Fight against that manager writing us up. Don't side with them and tell us it's not worth it to grieve it, even if it's untimely. Nah, man. Let people help explain the truth to the people, but help the people. Come on, brother. Come on. This ain't looking good for you. It ain't looking good for you in this position. And really should just resign it. You should resign it. We got brothers with time, with experience, and with a different kind of approach, with more of a heart for the workers, even if they're in down and out. Okay? Let them step up and take your place, because right now, brother, you messing up. A lot of people getting written up that shouldn't be written up. And you wrote up somebody. That ain't right, brother. You an executive board member. That ain't right. That ain't right. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And it was for some illegal stuff, brother. You got a brother, for those of you who aren't in the shop, you can't go out and repair something without it being in the computer as a task. And you got what's called job onto it. That means you acknowledge you received it and you go out and do it. And the shop leader, which is like a supervisor, a universal rail supervisor, the shop leader say, hey, go do such and such. You be like, okay. But you don't put it in the computer and they don't do it. They following protocol. You not. You got to put it in the computer. You got to let them job onto it. So they're going to get in trouble if they do the job without it being in the computer, right? Okay, so don't give the order and then put it in the computer. Put that crap in the computer, then give the instruction. But I don't know my job. That's what you say. Yeah, I'm just a red line rookie. But anyways, bad business, brother. Seniority committee only deals with picking purposes only. And we got these poor flagmen. They do stuff like they live a life and stuff happens and they gotta be sick. They're sick or on leave, pregnancy, illness, whatever, family emergencies, and then their class gets turned over full time and they get left behind. This is crazy. We should have full time jobs for all, so we don't have this desperation to turn over full time. And people got to choose between their families and work, their life and work, their health and work. That ain't good. That ain't good, y'all. That's about it. Let's see if there were any chats that came up. Any questions? I'm not sure if I see any. So I hope you found this very informative. I'm sorry it's so long. It's like 45 minutes. Sadly, nothing was mentioned about the railroad workers' strike, their contracts, showing solidarity. I put in the description of the video a link for Railroad Workers United. I happen to be a member of that organization. Been a member for quite a few years, and This is a big deal, and their union leadership is they're selling them out just like we were sold out, y'all. And they're pissed off. They're pissed off. So they're gonna have tentative agreements coming up to vote on. It's just like what we went through all over again. So, show them your support. Um, and you know what needs to be done. They need to strike. That's it. That's it. They're not gonna get nothing because Bernie Sanders made a nice speech. Ain't nothing gonna happen like that. The only weapon you have is your ability to stop operating machines and lay down your tools. That's it. That's all you got. Electing people ain't gonna solve your problem. Ain't gonna solve your problem. Sorry. All right, that'll be it. I'll be going to the ATU convention this week. I'll be on your dime. You're paying for my due. You're paying for me to go. So y'all got my number. You got my you can contact me through the Justice Coalition or my own contacts. And I'm on union time all week. I ain't going to Las Vegas. I don't gamble. I don't drink. I don't buy prostitutes. I don't deal with booze and hookers. I definitely, if someone who's a prostitute needs to hear the truth about revolution, I definitely talk to them. I got no problem with people in that life, but I don't indulge in that stuff. But I'll be sure, y'all. I'm gonna be watching these union people. I'm gonna be watching you, President Dixon, President Hill, Deborah Lane, Toy Bowers, Woodrow Elin, Covington, all y'all. Aqua Fisher, Orvin Hurst, Cassandra. I'm getting calls about all the stuff, the people you hurt. I'm watching you to see how you act at this convention. This is not going to be vacation for y'all. Y'all better work for us. You better work for us. All right, y'all. Take care. I hope you enjoyed it. Spread this around. Share it with all your coworkers. Peace.